Hi guys, this is Meenu. Welcome back to my channel Storytale. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most famous series of all time, Shadow and Bone Trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. I've been hearing praises about Six of Crows trilogy for a very long time, and this series comes right before that, so I wanted to give this series a try before I get into that one. I've heard very mixed reviews about this series, and the most common term that they use is generic, because it has everything that a normal or typical young adult book has. It has a main character which is very plain and who's very insecure, but she's very special and she has kind of this inner power that she does not know about. And there's this best friend and they are both in love with each other, but they cannot tell each other because they are scared that their friendship gonna be affected by that. There's this third character who's like a bad guy character or like something like a grey character, and our main protagonists are supposed to fall in love with him too. So this is gonna be a triangle that is like the usual trope of young adult. I'm not saying that these kind of things does not work in young adult books anymore. I think I've rarely read any book that does not have such kind of writing and still is a hit. The only different series that I've ever read was Ember in the Ashes series by Sabaa Tahir. It was very different from the main generic kind of young adult we have. But anyway, even if it's typical, it is kind of fun to read. This has very simple writing and I really like that. I like books which are very simple, not complicated too much. I mean, the words do not have to be sound so smart that the other person does not understand it at all. And this book was the first book that she ever published, and that is why I think it is so simple and so easy to read. I do not know what she does in the later writings. I'm gonna have to read that to understand. But anyway, for me, this was a very easy read and very fun and simple read. This is gonna be a spoiler-filled review. If you have not read the book, please come back after you've finished it. The story is about Alina, who is an orphan, and she has a best friend named Mal, who is an orphan too. They have been together since they were little kids and they are kind of a best friend. And when Grisha people approached them to join the military, that's when their friendship started to change. Mal is still the same. She is this plain Jane kind of a character. She is very insecure. She does not look very beautiful. I mean, that is what she thinks. And Mal has turned into this beautiful person who is very flirty, and everyone is kind of like in awe of him. Everyone wants to sleep with him. Everyone wants to be with him, everyone wants him, and that is why she's having a little bit trouble in expressing her feelings, because she thinks that he's not gonna reciprocate it because she is not pretty enough. But one day everything changes for her when a horde of Volcra, who are these demons who lives in Shadowfold, attacks them, and that is when her inner power is revealed. It turns out she is one of the Grisha people, the people who have magic inside of them. They like to call it small sciences, even though I do not understand why. Before the incident, she has kind of kept her powers hidden because she does not want to be separated from Mal. She knew that she is one of the Grisha people, and if her powers are revealed, then they are gonna take her with them, and then she will never be with Mal anymore. As she feared, she was snatched away from Mal and taken to this palace where she is gonna learn and train how to hone her powers. In the whole journey of discovering her power and honing it, she meets the Darkling. The Darkling is this grey character who has been around for a very long time. He has been trying to undo the wrong that his ancestor, the Black Heretic, did. The Black Heretic created the Shadowfold, which is kind of an area which is shrouded in darkness, and that is where Volcra lives. These Volcra are nothing but demons who likes to hunt and prey on humans, and with the help of Alina, who is now called the Sun Summoner, he wants to get rid of the darkness and get rid of Volcra. In the palace, she meets Genia, who is this beautiful girl, but she also have trouble of her own. And there's also Bagra, who is her trainer and who's gonna teach her how to enhance and harness her powers. In order to amplify Alina's power, the Darkling wants to give her this amplifier, which is gonna be made from the bones of this ancient animal, the stag. As the Darkling gets on with the hunt of the stag, Alina realizes the real truth. Turns out Darkling is not what he seems. The Black Heretic that he used to talk about was actually him. He was the one who created the Shadowfold in order to control his enemies, but now that it is out of control, he wants to use Alina's power to regain that control. He has been using her, manipulating her. Even though he does want her, he just cannot get rid of this obsession he has with power. To be honest, that reveal kind of made the Darkling character more interesting to me. Otherwise, I thought this is gonna be just this normal boring character who is just a kind of a dark and mysterious who loves from afar and just longs for the other person. I'm really glad that this reveal happened because it does add an interesting trait to Darkling. I actually kind of preferred him from the other characters in this book, and I know he's the most famous and most hyped character in this book because everyone kind of like him, and I'm one of those people. I do like him too. I do want to see more of him in the next series to come. I did enjoy the two intimate scenes Alina had with the Darklings. I do not feel that much for Alina and Mal. To be honest, I like them as best friends. I really loved their bonding. I loved how they care for each each other, what they feel for each other. But as lovers, I do not ship them because I think they are very much better as friends, as best friends. Why do we have to complicate it and make it love interest? I do not know. Why can two people who care this much for each other can be just best friends? I didn't want a love triangle in this series, but there's one anyway because that is again one of the most typical tropes. After the real motive of the Darkling is revealed, Alina runs away with Mal in order to search for the stag herself. But of course that cannot be that easy. By the time they find the stag, the Darkling is there to stop them. The last scene of this book was a little bit disappointing for me because I did like the fact that Darkling made Alina kill all of these people. I liked that arc. But the way she realized that she has the power to actually control the stag's power herself, I do not know, that revelation just came out of nowhere. I mean, it was kind of an easy thing to do. So that happened and then she ran away with Mal again. So again, that last bit, that when she realizes that she does have a power, she can overcome Darkling, that thing, I do not know, that just seems very easy to me. But anyway, in the end, Alina and Mal are on the run again and Darkling is supposed to be dead, but come on. Even we know that he is not gonna be dead. Overall, I'm not gonna say that this is one of the best series that I've read. No, it's not that. But it is again a good series. It is a very good start. Because the writing was so simple and so smooth, the story was like flowing. And this again was not a very big book. So I finished it in one sitting because again this was very interesting and very likable story. The characters also I liked, even the plot twist that came in the middle. Overall, this was a very fun experience for me and I really liked this book. So of course I'm gonna go for the second installment and maybe the third too. I'm gonna give this 3.5 stars because again this was a good book but not a great one. So until I come back with the next installment in the series, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe and click that bell icon if you want to get notified of my videos. Until then, see you.